Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm happy you have found here. I'm happy to have you here. Welcome in, and if this is your first time, it likely be your first time no longer. Please continue to support the channel by liking the video. Okay, that's an energetic exchange. I appreciate you. You should also subscribe to check out my other content, and as you see fit, share this video or share other videos to the necessary people who are requiring the message. This is a special video. I've never done a topic like this, but it intuitively came to me as I was doing a reading. And the topic of this video is all signs for the zodiacs and why you shouldn't lie to children. So this is for if you have a child, if you are a teacher, if you run an after school program, if you run a daycare program, if you are a child's counselor, if you are a health specialist, if you're a behavioral tech, whatever it is where you engage, especially if you are a doctor, okay, of some sort, okay, whatever it is where you interface with children, okay, this is all signs why you should not lie to children. Okay, so let's start with Aries. Why you shouldn't lie to an Aries child. Okay, lying to an Aries child. Okay, first off, an Aries child by nature is curious. Okay, an Aries child by nature is explorative. Aries child by nature like is actively inquisitive, so it pursues things in order to inquire, in order to learn. Okay, I'm looking because I'm really channeling. Okay, that's the Aries child. So lying to an Aries child will stifle their creativity and their ability to problem solve. Okay, so it's really important that as for your Aries children, you teach them or allow them to go through that trial and error and let it be a teaching moment for that Aries, instead of being a situation where you are lying to the Aries about why. So if you're disciplining the Aries, make sure you are actively following it up with a why. Okay. And Aries is also not the child to lie to either and then give them a gift, because then they'll start manipulating too and using that as a tactic amongst their friends. Okay, it's really important for an Aries child that you not lie to them, but you meet them head on and you actively show them in real life, okay, the consequences for said actions that you are trying to save them from. And I feel like another thing for Aries parents, you don't necessarily always have to save the Aries kid. The Aries kid is by nature inquisitive, curious, okay, a collaborator, a go-getter, okay, young, youthful. They're going to pursue what they want to pursue. So it's important that you actively teach them and not try to hide from them and conceal from them by lying to them, okay, because it's detrimental to their growth, okay. And that's why you should not lie to an Aries child, okay? Or the results of what will happen if you lie to an Aries child. Moving on to the Taurus child. Why you should not lie to a Taurus child. A Taurus child is like a sponge. A Taurus child is picking up everything. A Taurus is watching how you maneuver. A Taurus is watching your routine. A Taurus child is just always watching and picking up. Some of you guys, you may notice that your Taurus child even maybe speaks at a later point or later than their other pair groups. Taurus child is just inept to watching and picking up. So if you're lying to a Taurus child, it's really conflicted for them because they're watching you do one thing, and then so they're watching your actions do one thing, and then they're hearing you, okay, tell them a different thing. That's very conflicting. Okay, you can't lie to a Taurus child. Okay, the Taurus child really thrives on where actions, okay, meets spoken word. Okay, so if you are where your actions and your words are not aligning, okay, you're throwing confusion, okay, and disorientation at a Taurus. Okay, and that's the equivalent of lying to a Taurus. Okay, that also teaches Taurus the skill of the skill of in accountability. Okay, you don't want to teach your Taurus child in accountability. Lying to your Taurus child is a form of teaching them in accountability. It's really important that Taurus children watch accountability, okay, where actions and words meet one another. Okay, Very, very, very important, okay, when we're raising a Taurus child. Okay, also, because Taurus is actively watching you, they actively watch how you pursue, and they either latch on, okay, to the way that you pursue and they pursue in the same way, or the Taurus child will see the way that you are pursuing and then they're like, no, this is not, they want to be the complete opposite. So make sure that you are a great mentor, or your Taurus child has great mentors around them. I'd also, for Taurus child too, I say be mindful of the daycare and the babysitter that you have with your Taurus child. Okay, it's really important for Taurus children to be around environments that they match, the actions match what the speech is. Okay, and that's what happens, or why you shouldn't lie to a Taurus child. A Gemini child, and why you should not lie, okay, to a Gemini child. Gemini children love to read, okay? Gemini children are active readers, okay? Gemini children are really active readers, okay? You may feel like your Gemini child too also like has secret. I feel like Gemini children explore pornography really young. Excuse my language, okay? They find those inappropriate things really young, okay? Gemini are one of the children too where you shouldn't lie to them, because they already have things that they are keeping in secret from you as a Gemini child, okay? Your Gemini child by nature is going to find the things that they're not supposed to necessarily know for their age, okay? You just have to know that. So once you are aware that that is your Gemini child, introduce them to things. Don't hold those things back from the Gemini child. Holding a Gemini child back from something is the equivalent of lying to a Gemini, okay? You know your Gemini child and the doses that they need to be given, okay? Given information, given life skills, but don't lie to your Gemini by holding back information from them, because it's likely that your Gemini child is already engaged in information that you may know nothing about, okay? Remember, the Gemini child is a reader. They really love to read. The Gemini child is a child that stays up late. So if you think you're putting your child to bed and your child doesn't see things late at night, think again. So if you're engaging in inappropriate or nefarious activities late at night, okay, your Gemini child knows about this. Also, for Gemini child, it's really important. Gemini children are also snoopers, okay? So make sure, or be aware that whatever you put up, if you truly don't want your Gemini to find it, lock it up and have that with you. Gemini children by nature are they are going to crack the case, okay? They're going to crack the code. So Gemini children are snoopers too. So I feel like lying to a Gemini child would be like making an oath to them, or making a promise or a declaration to them, okay? Gemini child will probably ask you to make a declaration, or probably ask you to make a promise to them, only to see if you're really honest in your word, like doing some psychoanalytical shit on you as the parent. So, okay? Sometimes I feel like Gemini children parent the parent, okay? It's really important that you don't lie to your Gemini child, because they are parenting you just as much as you are parenting them. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. That's reasons why you shouldn't lie to a Gemini child. A Cancer child. You should not lie to a Cancer child because it fucks with their neurons and their neural pathways, okay? By nature, Cancer children are feelers. They feel. They have that nano-receptivity where they can just feel, okay? So lying to a Cancer child will mess with their neural pathways and being able to connect the head and the heart. That's where sometimes Cancer children are out of balance, because they can't connect the head and the heart, or they've been distorted with their emotions, or confused with their emotions due to the people around them not being in tune with their own emotions to validate Cancer's emotions as a child. Okay, they start to confuse Cancer, and Cancer then starts to confuse the head and the heart. Okay, so it's really important that you don't lie to Cancers as it relates to emotions or things that you're going through. So if the family is going through something, don't lie to Cancers. Cancer may not understand the big people version of it, but they can feel it. So to invalidate what they feel is lying to a Cancer, which then fucks with, like I said, their neural processing, the way that they grow up later on to understand emotions and compartmentalize and be able to digest and and how to pivot, because Cancers will feel emotion and need to know what that emotion is in order to process it, in order to compartmentalize it, in order to move it around so it's not an emotion that's taking them over. And oftentimes Cancers are big feelers, and especially the children, okay, of other adults' emotions, okay? And so it's really important that you don't lie to Cancers about like adult feelings or the feelings that they may say. Your Cancer may feel like, mommy, every time we walk on this route, I feel such and such. Okay? It's really important that you don't lie to your kids about maybe the reason why you walk that way, why your child. Maybe this is like your longtime neighborhood, and your child doesn't know that you grew up in this neighborhood, or something bad or negative could have happened to you in that neighborhood, but they're able to pick up on it. So I would say honor your children's emotions and their sensitivity, so that it allows them, okay, to have that strength between the consciousness, the mind, and the heart at the same time, so that they're in sync and not fighting with one another. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Okay, why you shouldn't lie to a Leo child. It really fucks with their orb. Okay, when you lie to a Leo child, it really impacts their orb. Especially if your Leo child may be like the misfit, or AKA the ugly duckling. Don't lie to that child. Lying to that child will really, in the long run, impact their confidence, and also may push them towards addiction. Okay, it's important that you don't lie to your child, because you don't want them you don't want their confidence, them to have false confidence, and then you don't want to push them towards addiction. Okay, that's why it's really important that you don't lie to a Leo child, or that could be the result of lying to a Leo child. Also, don't fake the funk of when you got it and versus when you don't got it to a Leo child. Okay, don't fake the funk. Leo children need to know what it's like, and need to know what the genuine emotions are like of their parents and the people that they're around. They need to be able to experience what it's like to have it, what it's like to not have it. They can't live in this fake reality where the parents are always pretending to have it. Okay, that'll give Leo a false sense of reality, and therefore when things happen to Leo as they age, they don't know how to deal with things that seem unbalancing, because they never had imbalance in their life. You don't always have to give Leo the sun. Okay, sometimes like in the winter, the sun is out but it's cold outside. Okay, so the Leo child has to be able to undergo and experience all of those things at the same time. The happiness, the sadness, the riches, okay, the not so riches, okay, being teased, okay, being popular, okay. Also, a Leo child you can't lie to a Leo child about their dad, okay? Especially if your child's a male, and especially if your child's a female. It's really important not to lie to the Leo children about their father, the patriarch in their life, okay? Because it really is indicative of who they choose as a partner and who they become to be, okay, with this toxic masculinity, okay? So it's really important you don't lie or keep secrets to your Leo child about the patriarchy in you guys' family, their father, okay, their grandfather. It's really important that they do have masculine energy, positive masculine energy around them and within their energy as they're growing up. Also, lying to a Leo child creates barriers of them feeling safe around you, okay? You want your Leo child to feel safe, because by nature, your Leo child will attract friends. They tend to attract friends easy, okay? They tend to be the life of the party and to make people laugh. So it's really important that if you know something with your Leo child, it's a way that you confront them about it. You don't scold them about it. It's kind of like a teaching lesson so that the sun is always shining. You don't want your Leo child to feel like in their home domestic that the sun, that they can't shine there, because then Leo child will start hiding things from you, okay? And then you won't even know how deep a Leo child is into something because they learned how to fake the funk really good, which is why I said it's really important to show Leo children the glitz, the glam, the ugly, the bad, so that they are perceptual about things, okay? Reasons why you don't lie to a Virgo child. Virgo child start mathematizing lies, okay? Lies become like a formula to a Virgo child. It's very important you don't lie to a Virgo child because they start coming up with formulas. You know, formulas is all about balance. So if you're able to balance some shit out, create a formula. If you watch this person engage like this and they gave you this outcome, and you watch this situation play out like this, okay? All it takes is Virgo to engineer the right formula, and then they got you by the butthole, okay? Especially you don't want this to happen to a teen Virgo, okay? A teen Virgo that done figured out the math formula will have your ass fucked up, okay? You be thinking your teen child is in the house whole time. They done snuck out the window, figured out how to trigger, not to trigger the alarm system, figured out how to tip the nanny off, whatever have you. They done figured out the formula, okay? Don't lie to a Virgo child, because lying to a Virgo child has them creating formulas, okay? Formulas on how to get around you, okay? Get through you, okay? And still have you in the presence, okay? I would say as a Virgo child too, I know it's not good of going through your kids' belongings, but if I was a Virgo parent, I would be looking at my child's backpack, okay? Because your Virgo child could be the child that comes up with like a whole Ponzi scheme at school and is getting really rich off of it, and nobody in the whole fucking school has any idea, okay, about what the fuck is going on. Whole time Virgo got the whole school, including some staff, okay, that they are accumulating payroll from, okay? So I would say, dang, this is really channel. Your Virgo children, don't lie to them, because when you start lying to them, they start mathematizing lies, okay? And all of them becomes to them is a formula, okay? And all a formula is balance at the end of the day. So all they got to figure out is how to balance an equation, okay? And that don't take too long for a fucking Virgo child to learn how to balance an equation, okay? Also, too, eye contact with a Virgo child. It's really important, okay? It's really important that you as a parent know how to read your Virgo child's eyes, okay? A Virgo child, it's easy to read their lies because you'll read it through their eyes, okay? Virgo parent, it's really important, okay, that you know how to read your Virgo child's eyes or communicate with your Virgo child through their eyes. That starts really young. You can include, and that'll be their way to communicate with you. So if anything was going on with them, you would be able to know because you guys already gained that repertoire through growing up from adolescence all the way to teenagehood. You get what I'm saying? Okay. The reasons why you don't lie to a Libra child, okay? Lying to a Libra child creates glamorization, okay? Where sometimes a Libra child will glamorize things that are the worst case scenario for them. You don't want to lie to a Libra child because you don't want Libras to glamorize, okay, something that's toxic for them, okay, that they then perpetuate and learn how to make it good for them. You get what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't glamorize. Be real, raw, and truthful with your Libra child. And you got to be dictative. If you say something to your Libra child, okay, you can't, Libra children, lying to Libra children is not keeping your word. You can't not keep your word to a Libra child, okay? You're creating a child who is unable to keep their own word, okay? Because they see that words can change. No, a Libra child needs to know that word is bond, okay? You cannot lying to your Libra child, okay? It's like telling them that their word is not bond, okay? And don't glamorize. I feel like I'm forgetting one more thing about lying to a Libra child. Lying to your Libra child would allow your Libra child to see that they can fabricate any story. Okay? You might also feel like you want to put your child in drama, okay? Once lying to a Libra child shows them that all lying is, okay, is storytelling, okay? So if you, the longer you lie to your Libra child, the better they become at storytelling, which hurts them later on in life because they realize that they create their own lies based on the false stories that they've allowed themselves to hold on to and allow themselves to grow in. So it's really important that you are real, and your word is bond with Libras, because especially your Libra children, because you don't want them living in an altered reality. You want them to be grounded in, okay, and in themselves and in the present, okay? Reasons why you don't lie to a Scorpio child. First off, you can't lie to a Scorpio child, okay? This is why I made this video. Boom. This is why I wanted to make this video. I was sitting here and I was telling a white lie to my Scorpio little cousin, okay? This is my second cousin, yeah. Okay, and she's 5 years old, just turned 5. Scorpio, she's a Scorpio, right? And I was telling a white lie to her and she was convicted. She was like, nope, that's not true. Nope, that's not true. And inside of me, I was like, whoa, you really can't lie to a Scorpio child. They know it's not true. And they are unwilling to budge. You can't lie to a Scorpio child. Because that's lying to a Scorpio. Lying to a Scorpio child is lying to yourself. Then you feel guilty for lying to yourself. Because the Scorpio child is just a reflection of the energy that it's around. Okay? So a Scorpio child will know innately if you're lying. Because it's you in front of you. It's the dark you or the light you in front of you. Just reflecting back you. So you can't lie to a Scorpio child. Lying to a Scorpio child is the equivalent of lying to yourself. That's why you don't lie to a Scorpio child, because it's lying to yourself, which means that you're not holding yourself accountable. Okay? And the older a Scorpio child gets, okay? Ooh, this is, look at this bird right outside my window. I ain't never had a bird laying here. Okay, look at that. Y'all see that? You can't lie to a Scorpio child. They tapped in. Can't lie to a Scorpio child. I've never had a bird laying there before. Y'all hear that? Can't lie to a Scorpio child. Can't lie to them. They know. And in essence, because they feel it, you know, then it makes you feel guilty. Okay? Also, it's important that you not barricade, but it's important that you keep adult time, and child time with a Scorpio child. Because then you'll have to, if you intertwine the worlds, it becomes hard to then lie to the Scorpio child, because they done seen you, heard you, watched you in action, felt the presence of that energy. So you can't lie to them and tell them that something isn't what it is. Like, that's important that you don't introduce your Scorpio child to sex earlier than they should. Because you can't then lie to them. They already know. They've already been exposed. Then it's a reflection back to you that you're lying. And then you have to keep building on this lie as they grow. You get what I'm saying? So just don't lie to a Scorpio child, because they know. And then they'll reflect back to you that you know that you're lying. And then the more that you lie, if you lie to a Scorpio child, they'll start lying, okay, by nature. They'll just start lying and thinking lying is okay because they've watched you lie. And Scorpio children will know the truth and that telling the truth is good. But if they watch everybody around them lie and lie directly to the Scorpio child who knows that they're lying, then why should the Scorpio child tell the truth? Because everyone else around them is lying. And can't they see that I know that they're lying? So why should I be honest if everyone else around me is lying? So make sure your child is not around liars. Make sure you're having adult conversations in adult spaces where Scorpio child is not around, because they absorb, they watch. And it's hard to take back something from a Scorpio child that they are already been exposed to, okay? Reasons why you shouldn't lie to a Sagittarius child. You lying to a Sagittarius child will cause them to internalize things, hold animosity with things, okay? Don't lie to a Sagittarius child. Lying to a Sagittarius child could have them binge eating, could have them self-harming. I feel like, I know this is crazy to say, but for a Sagittarius child, they almost would rather you say up front to them from the beginning that you don't really like them, or they're not your favorite kid, rather than to lie to them and treat them covertly that like they're not your favorite kid. As they grow and become teenagers, they will resent you for that. A Sagittarius kid will always remember and respect the parent who says that, yo, you're not my favorite. I'm not going to take care of you past such and such age. You're not going to get this from me. That way, that Sagittarius kid, they know what honesty looks like. They know what honesty feels like, okay? And you're not playing with their heart, okay? Sagittarius kid, you cannot play with their heart, okay? Because then that's when they start to become evil, malicious to other people, because their own people who are supposed to be honest and protect them started to play with their heart. So if you're a Sagittarius parent, don't play with your Sagittarius kid's heart. What does that mean? Don't convict to something as a Sagittarius parent if you don't have the fortitude to follow it through until the end. Because once you commit to something with your Sagittarius kid, they're going to want to be the best at it, okay? And then it's going to start to eat at you that you can't provide the best with them, okay? That's playing with their heart, okay? Also, for a Sagittarius child, don't lie to them about their parents, and don't use parents against them, okay? Don't use parents against a Sagittarius. Nope, don't do that. That's playing with their heart. Lying to a Sagittarius child is playing with their heart. That's when they become evil, the evil gremlins that everybody talk about. Don't play with the Sagittarius's heart. Also, don't play games on their parents, their other parents. If Sagittarius is watching you in a relationship play games on their parent, what do you think Sagittarius is going to do when it's time for them to get in committed relationships? They're going to be lying. They're going to know the excellent way to lie, the excellent way to deceive, okay, the excellent way to tell lies. So whatever you do as a parent that you lie to a Sagittarius about, they turn around and they do that shit to their partners. That's why you don't lie. Okay, you'll create a habitual cycle where they'll do that to their partners. Then that Sagittarius will think that there's nothing wrong with what they do because that's what they watched all their life. And it functioned. Sagittarius parents, too, are one of those parents who will stay in a dead-end relationship so long, okay, and condition their kids, okay, the same way. Don't lie to a Sagittarius kid because it messes with their heart. That's what turns them into the gremlins that people talk about, the ruthless Sagittarius. It's because someone played with their heart. Someone lied to their heart. Don't lie to your Sagittarius kid's heart. Okay, it creates addictions too. Self-harm. Trust issues. Okay? Also, it creates victimhood too. Lying to your Sagittarius kid creates victimhood. You don't want them to be a victim. Don't create victims by lying to your Sagittarius child. Okay? Empower them. If anything, Sagittarius kids just want to feel powerful. Let them be the leader sometimes. Okay? Let the Sagittarius kid be the leader sometimes. It will grow their creativity and it will strengthen their confidence. Okay? That's why you shouldn't lie to a Sagittarius kid. Let's keep going. Capricorn, why you shouldn't lie to a Capricorn kid? Why you shouldn't lie to a Capricorn kid is because it creates comfort in laziness. Capricorn kid likes the challenge of the pursuit of something difficult, of something entertaining, okay, of something out of the norm, okay? Don't lie to your Capricorn kid by creating too much comfort for this Capricorn kid, okay? These Capricorn kids love a challenge, okay? Capricorn kids will really benefit well from sports, physical activity, training, lacrosse, okay? I'm getting rugby, okay? Contact sports, Capricorn kids will really benefit from. Don't lie to your Capricorn kid too about stability and what stability looks like. Don't lie to your Capricorn kids too about taking a break or what a break actually looks like. If you're going through a spiral, tell your Capricorn kid that that's a spiral. Don't tell them that that's a break, because then you start confusing the what stability looks like for them. It's okay for your Capricorn kid to know that adults need breaks. It's okay for your Capricorn kid to know what a spiral looks like too, so that they're aware, okay, of the signs, okay? And so that they're aware of what mental health is, okay? Don't lie to a Capricorn child about mental health, because it'll just teach them to keep powering through, okay? Because that's all they'll see you doing is powering through. Even if you're stressed, even if you're sad, you don't want to teach your Capricorn child that. It's okay for breaks. Lying to your Capricorn child about taking breaks is really detrimental to their fortitude and detrimental to their perseverance as an adult, okay? Capricorn daughters need extra tending to letting them know that they're beautiful, okay? And that they are feminine, and that femininity looks different, okay? Don't lie to your daughters about femininity and how femininity looks different on every woman, okay? They deserve to know the truth about that. Lying to your Capricorn daughter will have her undervaluing herself and getting with somebody who overvalues themselves, when really she's the catch, and they start making her feel like she's not the catch because they're overconfident and compensating, you know, that toxic masculinity thing. So it's really important as a Capricorn, a mom or a dad to a Capricorn mom, that you're constantly elevating them in their femininity, okay? And as a man, if you have a Capricorn son, making sure that you're not giving him that machismo, toxic masculinity persona, that he knows what true masculinity is, okay? And moms to the Capricorn boys, it's okay if their father is a positive father figure, for their father to have more say-so in things. I know you want to be the mom that has more say-so, but it's okay for the dad, for the Capricorn son, for the dad to have a little bit more say-so. I feel like especially if the dad's a Pisces. Reason why you shouldn't lie to your Aquarius children. Lying to an Aquarius child. Lying to an Aquarius child will have them on one side of the pendulum instead of knowing that there are two sides to a pendulum. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't want to lie to an Aquarius child, because lying to an Aquarius child you'll never be able to recoup, number one, lying to an Aquarius child. Number two, you'll never be able to know where your Aquarius child truly is if you lie to them. Okay? Don't lie to your Aquarius child, because you want to have transparency with your Aquarius child so you can know exactly where they are, okay? Physically and mentally. I think a lot of parents struggle with Aquarius children because you don't know where they are mentally. It's okay to be honest with your Aquarius child. It helps them gain mental stamina, okay? Aquarius children need mental stamina. If you're lying to your Aquarius child, that's showing them that you have no mental stamina. That's the opposite of what Aquariuses need to be successful, mental stamina, because their mental works different than every other sign, okay? Don't lie to an Aquarius child. Also, it's really important to show Aquarius child, it's important to show Aquarius children that you can laugh at yourself. Don't be that stick up the ass parent with an Aquarius, okay? You'll ruin their sense of humor, okay? Show Aquarius that it's okay to laugh at yourself, okay? And the people who laugh at themselves are typically the smartest people, because they're able to observe that, hey, I'm not always right. Hey, things can change. Hey, this was a learning process. Show Aquarius, don't lie to Aquarius children, because it won't show them that this is a learning life. We're here to learn in life. We don't always know everything, because lying to an Aquarius child will condition them to believe that they know everything. We came down earth side to learn lessons, okay? To master things that we didn't master in the last lifetime. So be honest with your Aquarius child, okay? Because it'll stunt their mental frame, and you don't want to do that. So they're here to be astronomically intellectual. The reason why you don't lie to your Pisces child, Lord, because then you show them that there are other worlds out there. Okay, and Pisces children already know that there are other worlds out there, but the more you lie to Pisces children, shows them that there are deeper worlds out there than the worlds that they knew are out there. You know what I mean? It's like if you're, how do I say this? It's like Pisces children are already into like the underworld. They know that there are other worlds. So to lie to a Pisces about the real world just lets them ponder deeper into other worlds that may necessarily not be healthy for them. You get what I'm saying? Lying to your Pisces child too will cause them to hide information from you that is really pivotal to you knowing in order to protect them and making sure that they're safe too. So don't lie to a Pisces child because it could impact their safety, their ability to know when a situation is safe for them and when a situation is not safe for them. It's really important as a parent that you are, one, blocking some firewalls for your child. It's like out of sight, out of mind. Because if a Pisces child gets into something, okay, once, they'll always find a way to get into that something again. So it's better, like, if they never know, then there's no way for them to get into that. So, and once they do know, it's important that you don't lie to them, because the deeper you lie to them, the deeper they funnel ways, okay, to make it so that you'll never know that they're still engaged in the same behaviors that you told them not to be engaged with, or the same behaviors that you told them were not true, or the same behaviors that you told them does not exist, okay? Pisces children, don't lie to them, because they will get down to the bottom of it, okay? By any means necessary, they will get down to the bottom of it, okay? Don't lie to a Pisces child, okay? Don't do that. By any means necessary, they will get down to the bottom of it, okay? Lying to a Pisces child too will also push them out of your reach faster and harder to get them back, because they will seek truth in real life experiences, and those real life experiences sometimes hurt you more or hurt you first before they're able to cushion you with the softness of the lesson, if you get what I'm saying. So don't lie to your Pisces child. Also, I would keep your Pisces child, okay, away from events where family members are drinking heavily, okay? Don't lie to them. You can tell them what alcohol is and tell them the powers of alcohol. I feel like Pisces children are not the children to lie to about alcohol, because that's when they become very inquisitive and they pick it up very young, okay? Whew. I'm looking at this jar. I haven't used this in a while. Let's close out this video. Thank you guys. Let me know in the comments if you like this video. This is my first time doing a series like this, but it came to my head and I was like, you know what? Let me do this. And of course, all of this is all channel, my content, original from me. Okay? Okay. If you have a Pisces child, this is the message for your Pisces child. Accept who you are in this moment, but acknowledge who you want to become. That's what you should instill in your Pisces child. If you have an Aquarius child, this is what you should instill. The heart sees deeper than the eye, okay? That's what you need to instill in your Aquarius child, okay? It's really important for an Aquarius child, okay? A Capricorn child, trust is the question. Love is the solution, okay? For a Sagittarius child, nature teaches us harmony. For a Scorpio child, be kind to yourself. Okay? For a Libra child, forgiveness is an act of consciousness. Okay? Virgo child, laughter is the same in all languages. Okay? Leo child, master the unknown by knowing your deep self. Cancer child, serve all in truth, in compassion, and in grace. Gemini child, must be this one. Gemini child, the universe is within you, bright and beautiful. Taurus child, lift up others with your peaceful presence. And last but not least, Aries child, give to others and give to yourself at the same attention. Thank you guys for the continued love and support. I look forward to reading you guys' comments. And until next time, peace, one love.